welcome. Welcome to Community Friends. This show is produced by the Bully Busters. Debbie and Lori, welcome. Welcome to fall. And summer's over with, unfortunately, but we're enjoying the beautiful weather. And I want to welcome back Becca Atkins from Artreach. She's here to talk about some more programs they got coming on. She was on a couple weeks back, and we ran out of time with her because she's got so many activities and events coming up. So welcome back.
Thank you. It's nice to be here again.
Thank you. So the last time you were on, you were doing a songwriting program or a coffee house.
Yes, we did our in-house, our annual music showcase. And that went very well. We had a good time with that. And what's coming up next, this coming weekend, Friday and Saturday, is the next chapter in Artreach's Songwriting for Social Change project. So this has been a year-long project supported by the Connecticut Office of the Arts. And what we've been doing is a series of Connecticut songwriters doing a concert one night, and the next day they do a songwriting class based on their style of creating music for social change.
And so who can do that, you know?
Who can come to those events? Yep. They're open to the public. I've had the ticket sales open for quite a while. So,
in the songwriting class, who can do that? The ones that are performing, or?
Anybody who wants to buy a ticket.
Okay.
Anybody.
So that could be intimidating, though, for some folks.
Oh, you know, it's funny. I forget about that it can be intimidating. There are going to be a lot of Artreach members there who are very, very good at helping people feel welcome and non-self-conscious. Because we forget, because we're engaged in our creative process all the time. We're always writing and singing and acting. And I forget sometimes that people get nervous when they do that. Because people at Artreach are used to it now. So we don't get scared anymore. But the good news is that because we're in the room and we don't get scared anymore, it helps other people who are a little tenuous take the next step. So people who've been interested in trying songwriting, there's going to be nothing embarrassing that happens. You can write stuff and not share it out loud.
Yeah, that's what it sounds intimidating to write your own song.
Yeah.
It's different when you're doing it at home and writing it, but when you're at a class and writing it and sharing.
Yeah, and you don't have to share it. You can write it and, just keep working on it on your own.
Okay.
So then, it's only your own judgment toward yourself that you have to worry about.
Yeah, true.
Right?
True. So is the hope is that when they're writing some of these songs that they're going to come back and perform with you? Is that the hope?
The hope is, and because we're looking particularly at social change songs, music has traditionally been used, like it's the soundtrack for everything.
Yeah.
If you hear a song, you think back, oh wow, I was in 5th grade when that song came on, and if you listen to some of the songs from the 60s, they were protest songs during, so one of the things that I've noticed is that social change songs have changed some. So it used to be like 60s, 70s protest songs, fight the man, right? And what's happening now that I love is that things that I consider social change songs are things that change you individually by creating joy. I mean, like there are a lot of Jason Mraz songs, that are absolutely social change songs. I won't give up. I mean, what is that? Anything that gives you hope to keep going in, a world that can be dark. That is social change.
Even the new Katy Perry song, Roar, it's like get back up and fight.
Exactly.
And I guess the teens are loving that song, but I was just listening to the words of the song the other day, and it's like, that's what people need to do, is get back up and fight and roar and grab the eye of the tiger sometimes.
And sometimes not even fight. Sometimes stand up and love your neighbor, So, I'm a crunchy granola type. I like the whole be the change movement. And so what I'm hoping comes out of this, I'm going to back up and say another social change song that we use all the time is Unwell by Matchbox 20 from, quite a while ago. Yeah. I'm not crazy, I'm just a little unwell.
Yeah,
Rob Thomas
is saw him a couple months back.
He is a wonderful spokesperson through his music about reducing mental illness stigma. I mean, he doesn't say he's doing that, but he is. And that kind of music that people sing along with, sometimes without even hearing the words, I think it changes your cells. I think and the more people that get on board with being kind to each other, we can change the world. So I'm hoping some songs come out of this that we can post on the Music to Life website, which is a place that's like a holding tank for songs of social change on all topics. You can search by topic.
Oh, okay.
They have some on bullying. You might be interested in that.
To Live web?
It's a Music to the number 2 Life.
Okay.
Music to Life. And actually, I think that they may have moved the song database from that website to another one, but you can still get there
Okay.
from the Music to Life one.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you have any songs on there?
Not yet.
Not yet.
But I have. I've been working on some.
Okay.
So I'm, actively immersed in there, and finishing songs is not my strong point.
And
And
I
I got
see-
a million started.
And I see from your site you have a professional songwriter that's going to be at this thing, right?
Yes, she's Grammy nominated. This is Lauren Agnelli, who in the 1980s was in a revival folk group. What do you call it? Beatnik folk group, but in the middle 80s.
Okay.
That was like the folk groups in the 60s. They wore berets and sang that kind of music, that kind of social change music. And it was for one of those songs that she received her Grammy nomination, working with that group. So she lives in Chester, Connecticut now. She's from New York originally, but she's been in Connecticut for many years.
Wow.
And she specifically looked at what her set looks like, what her set list is, and what her songs of social change are. And she's got some of both kinds. Some, fight against, which completely have their place, and some of the internal change, like have hope even when you find your spark and keep moving. So she's got a nice mix, I think, of some of the different approaches.
Okay.
And she's playing with a couple of other people. Dana Takaki is her friend who's playing on violin, who's wonderful. And her husband, Matt Mayle, is playing a drum box with them, and he's been instrumental in producing their small town concert series concerts down at the Katharine Hepburn Theater.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay.
So great people,
Yeah.
and I think it'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah. Great opportunity for folks too.
You bet. I mean,
Yeah.
how often do you get to go to a songwriting class
Yeah.
with, somebody who's that kind of a poet?
Yeah.
She's a poet and a writer and a songwriter, and so I'm really excited to see what her approach to songwriting is.
Okay.
Because everybody comes at it differently.
Yeah. 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 I would think so.
And to the people who are afraid, I'll tell you one of my secrets about songwriting, and it's that if you're a music lover, there's something in you that you bring to the party when you're songwriting. And the trick is to find out what you bring. It might be a knack for lyrics or content or rhyming. It might be rhythm. If you're a dancer, it might be like rhythm and phrasing. It might be a knack for just hearing melodies or harmonies. And all of those are different doorways in to writing a song.
Okay.
There are a lot of different ways. You just have to find your strength and use it.
Yeah, because if you think about some of the songs that are out there, you were thinking, how did that become a hit?
Right. Well, some of them I really wonder.
Yeah. So you wonder how that happens and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, hit song. One of the best songs I heard lately, a guy had just written a week before about Syria, and it was one of the best social change songs I've ever heard. I felt like I was sitting in the presence of greatness. Local guy, his name's Forrest Harlow, and it was a fantastic song. He said, I wrote this last Thursday, and he sang it, and my jaw was on the floor.
Wow. Yeah, and that's usually the best kind, too.
Right,
the
and
last-
will that be a hit song? I'm doubting it, but that's because a lot of just genius songwriters are not business people.
Yeah.
Hit songs come often from business people more so than artists.
Yeah.
That's not a global statement at all, but sometimes, many times, that's true.
Yeah. Yeah, even watching some of these talent shows they have on TV, some of those kids that get up there and sing, and some that you wonder why they're even put up there to do
Right.
that. But
Right.
and they say it's all about the pitch, the words, the song
Right.
choice, all about the song choice. and
Yeah.
They hear that over again.
Yeah.
So what else you got going on at
Okay.
Outreach? You got another big event coming up.
I sure do. My
second
last
one.
little plug on the songwriting, which is Friday night and Saturday, is that you don't have to be a singer or a musician to do that songwriting class. You don't have to bring an instrument. You don't have to be a singer. You don't have to be a musician. Just like bring a notebook to write.
And where do they get the tickets? At the door?
They can get tickets at the door, but I'd really recommend buying them in advance.
Okay.
Online. You can buy them in advance online.
Okay.
And I wish I had my Facebook event thing set up. If you hit the like button on the Outreach Heals Facebook page, and go to the events, you'll find it.
Okay. So go to the Outreach Facebook page.
Yeah, and it's Artreach Heals. So there are
Heals.
2 H's together, facebook.com/Artreach Heals.
Okay.
Yeah,
So you'll find the information on
that's
there.
right, under the
Okay.
events.
Okay. So
You ready for
other
the
event-
next?
Yeah, because
Okay.
this is a big one.
This is really fun. This is, I believe, going to be our major fundraiser of the year as well. So, and comes with a qualifier. You don't have to fundraise to come dance at this event. You can, if you've always wanted to give back to Artreach. Here's an easy way to do it. But this is the second time that Artreach has participated in a global event called Thrill the World. And that's an event where people all over the globe at the same time simultaneously dance Michael Jackson's Thriller dance. And there are a lot of components to this. Like you need to learn the dance. And a lot of times people think they know the Thriller dance. It's like, oh yeah, it's like this. Dude, it's a 6-minute dance.
It's however
and it's
you want it, yeah.
complicated. You can
Okay.
teach a bunch of dancers that dance in 2 hours.
Okay.
You can teach a bunch of civilians that dance in 2 2-hour sessions pretty successfully. And I'm pretty good at adapting it so that people can, do it for their bodies. But the way that this goes is that there's a woman named Ines, I'm not going to say her last name right, Markelovich, something like that, who started doing this in 2005 or 6. Just a girl in Toronto,
Okay.
right? And she got 1,000 people the first year, and then a couple thousand the next year. In 2009, the year we danced, there were more than 22,000 people
Wow.
all over the globe dancing at the
Okay.
same time. And what she did was developed a series of teaching videos of Michael Jackson's Thriller that are adapted slightly so that normal humans who are not Michael Jackson can do the dance without getting hurt and, can have a success doing it.
So this is where you're going to use your dancing background. Huh?
This is where I'm using my dancing background.
Yeah, you knew it would come in handy someday, right?
Yep, absolutely. Well, that's how I got hired at Artreach. I came in as the dance lady.
Okay.
So
You're using it.
yeah, I'm using it, and I taught 2 2-hour classes in one day, and I thought, what am I thinking? I'm older than last time I did this, but it was really fun. We had a good time.
Okay.
It's good. It's very much fun. So I'm doing a lot of classes between now and the event. The event itself is on October 26th.
Okay.
And on that day, people will be with me, most people from 12 until probably 6, maybe 5:30 if they duck out right after. But thrill time, the simultaneous time, is 5 o'clock. So, by 4:30, we're going to be in zombie costume and makeup, preparing, calling into the global line so that we're on a webcast with people all over the world.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's pretty involved. I'm a little nervous about it, but it's going to be fun.
And it's going to be held where?
It's going to be, unless we get too big of a crowd, it's going to be at the Donald Oat Theater.
Okay.
We're hoping to get perhaps some food vendor truck to come and be outside so we can run down and say, get a slice of pizza. I'll leave the food vendor unnamed for now. We're working on getting something like that to happen.
Okay.
But it'll be, the early part of the day will be dance classes and dance review, just to get everybody up to speed. Because we want to look good. This video's going all over the globe. They post it, and it goes everywhere.
Oh, wow.
I have had more views. We've had, it may only be 900 and some, but as many as 900 views of our Thriller video from the
Wow.
last time.
Wow,
And
okay, right
it
here
was
in
mostly
Norwich.
viewed in India. Because you can tell on YouTube where people look at it.
Oh, you can?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we have little dots all over the world for people who've watched our video, which is
Wow.
kind of cool in the scheme of
Yes,
things.
right here, little old Norwich. Huh?
Right?
You're being viewed in India.
Exactly.
Okay.
So it's fun, and it's a way to connect with people everywhere and to feel connected. And I mean, the main object is to just dance and have fun and celebrate the kindness that Michael Jackson was trying to bring,
Sure.
through his music. And
Yeah, he had a lot of social change music.
he had a
So-
lot of social change music. He had a lot of, internal pain that was going on.
Yeah.
And I only wish his own music had been able to work on him enough,
Sure.
to heal some of his own pain.
Yeah.
But
So in order to participate in this thing,
Yes.
they would have to do the dance classes with you prior?
yes, or they can learn Ines's version of the dance off of the Thrill the World website. If you learn it off of the Michael Jackson Thriller video, it's not going to work because it's a different version of the dance.
Okay.
And timing-wise, it goes awry in the middle. Because what she did was took everything and broke it up in, they do it very syncopated. They like drop a couple measures here and there. She made everything fit into 8-count phrases
Okay.
so that normal people can follow it.
Yeah.
So at this point, like when people come to my classes,
So folks with no dance background could follow it.
yes,
Yeah,
I taught
okay.
people the other night. I mean, I taught some Norwich natives who I didn't expect to show up in the class, and we all had a good time.
Okay.
And I also showed people versions. It's like you can do it like this, or you can do this, and they were like, "Oh, you're almost doing nothing, and that still looks like the move." So,
Kind of cool.
yeah, it's fun. It's
Yeah.
big fun.
So,
And that's a fundraiser. So if you go to our Thrill the World website, people might not remember this, but it's TTW, like Thrill the World, TTW 2013 Norwich, Connecticut .wix.com. There's a whole website set up for this event.
oh, wow.
And you can go through our pages. You can see all about Thrill the World, and it has links to the dance videos. You can also see about Artreach and the work that we do with Second Step Players and with wellness. So there are links all over the place. And there's a place that it says, if you want to fundraise, how you can build a dance team, and you can all fundraise, just like a walkathon. It's just like
Okay.
a walkathon. You
Okay.
get people to sponsor you.
Okay.
Or you can just donate if you feel like it.
Well, I think it's kind of cool right here in Norwich to have something like this, but with Art Space doing one more thing,
Artreach, yeah.
Yeah, putting it
Yeah.
out there in the community.
Right.
And I think it's wonderful, and I think it could be a good family thing to do
Oh, yeah.
together.
Yeah,
or
absolutely.
a team building thing with a couple, employees that want
Yeah.
to work together, a nice team building thing, and
If I'm
you know.
not mistaken, the Southeastern Mental Health Authority is going to be encouraged to develop a team,
Okay.
and that would be really cool. I'd love to have them. So, I'd like to challenge, local organizations, build yourself a dance team.
Yeah.
And a thing to know is if you're inspired to, do fundraising for Artreach, we're a nonprofit, and we have to raise, funds to support our agency. And the thing is, we serve everybody's clients. If there's somebody getting mental health services from anywhere around here,
Yes,
we
sir.
probably have, your
Yeah.
people are working with us because we don't, people from anywhere can come and work with
Sure.
us.
And here's an easy fundraiser to do it for someone.
Right.
Especially with on the heels of Dancing with Stars and all these other
Yeah.
popular shows. Here's a way to
Yeah.
get into something, do something, and give something back.
Absolutely. We try to make it as easy as possible.
So you would like for some teams for this thing too?
Sure, I'd love some teams.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay.
And you know how they do team fundraising? If you set up a team, it gives you a little leaderboard and you can see your
Yeah.
temperature go up as you raise funds. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So, but mostly I just want bodies in the room to have fun, to
Okay.
learn the dance and have fun. Fundraising is kind of a secondary thing. It shouldn't be for me, but
Yeah,
it is.
but
Mostly I just
helps
want
keep the
everybody.
lights on.
Yeah, I just want everybody to come and have fun and
Yeah.
learn the dance and play with me.
You had had a good turnout last year?
We had 21, which in the scheme of things was pretty small, but it was more than I expected. And there were people who came that were completely unknown to me, who came down from Rhode Island.
Wow.
And a couple of them turned out to be dancers, so it was really great. We were able to put them in the front. And this year, people who've learned the dance really well, we're going to give them armbands so that people can watch them. Like they're kind of the dance captains embedded in the group.
Okay.
And we're hoping everybody will dress up like zombies and do makeup and costumes and just have a big old zombie time of it.
Wonderful.
Zombies are in right now, as you
zombies,
know.
Yeah, we'll be doing our zombie walk
I
on
heard.
October 4th, and then our Bully Buster walk is the following day. Zombies are in.
Yes, they are.
Zombies are in.
I think we're going to send some flyers down there for this and try to recruit some of the zombies in the walk.
Yeah.
And I know that a bunch of people from Artreach are going to be down there
Mm-hmm.
to see the zombie walk and participate in the First Fridays.
Yeah.
We always try to go to First
Yeah,
Fridays.
which is great. So zombies are in, which I don't know too much about zombies, but from when the kids would tell me zombies are in, it's a cool,
Brains.
cool-
Zombies
cool-
eat brains,
cool
that's
to
all I
be-
know.
Cool to be a zombie, and
It's cool to be a
downtown
zombie.
Norwich. Yeah,
It
especially
is.
in downtown Norwich. It just
Yep.
fits in. So no, I appreciate everything Outreach is doing, and
Thank you.
if any of you folks have want to make a donation to some of the stuff they do.
It's pretty easy. You just go onto our Facebook page at facebook.com/outreachheals. There's a donate now button. And I know some people are wary of that, of doing donations online, but I periodically donate to my own organization, and I make sure that it goes through just so that I feel safe, letting other people
Yeah.
know. It's very secure
Yeah.
to do that.
Okay.
So I have tested all of the donate now buttons that exist on any of our material.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I do that by making donations. It helps.
So this is like your third or fourth event in the last couple months that you've been doing over there.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm thinking really. And there is no end in sight. We're actively engaged in the development of our holiday show,
Okay.
which is coming up early December, and local playwright Cato McNichol.
Oh, I knew Cato.
Yeah, Cato has taken the reins
Yeah.
and has been in our Tuesday writing group. So we have a 2-hour writing group on Tuesdays, and she's been running that for the last couple of months. And we talked about how to do the holiday show this year, and she saw such beautiful writing happening in those groups that what she's putting together for the holiday show is going to have some sketch comedy from local writers,
Wow.
some like pros
Okay.
in the area, which is cool, and then a lot of writing that comes from the group. So it'll be monologues and some storytelling, some poetry, some songs, and puppetry. There's a person from the O'Neill Puppet Conference
yep.
who's going to come and do some puppetry as well. So especially since Cato is a wonderful playwright,
Yeah.
I'm expecting great things.
Yeah, she's
from
done some stuff with our Bully Buster kids for a number of years.
She's
and
awesome.
Good person.
She used to work at Outreach, and then
Okay. Oh, I
went to
didn't
the
realize-
O'Neill
yeah,
after that.
okay.
So she's a known entity to us, and
Yes.
we love working with her,
Yeah.
having a really good time putting this show together.
Yeah.
And it's going to be different than anything we've ever done.
Yeah, I know our young man David who did our theater program. He loved Cato. Between
Yeah.
Cato and Brett, just
Yeah.
took them under their wings. Yeah, good people. So that's great. So, like I said, Outreach is doing so many things here in Norwich. If you're into that type of stuff, you need to be. You take volunteers too, I would think.
We take volunteers, and sometimes people who volunteered in the past have been frustrated because I haven't had enough to give them to do. But the more things like this we have to do, the better it's going. And because of a new project I've been working on there for the last couple of months, which is the development of a super interns program, that's a whole other thing. Topic for another day. But it could change everything. And what I'm trying to do is develop a new generation of young people who understand the philosophy behind Outreach, that creativity heals, and also that people do recover and make meaningful lives by embracing their creativity, and how the power of community can change everything. When I read things that you write, they're so in line with our philosophy as well.
Sure,
So I'm
yeah.
delighted that you're doing that with young people. And I'm trying to get some leaders, some new leaders by doing this internship program. But it also means I can manage volunteers better because I'm making job descriptions and they'll have something to do.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think it's going to work. And rumor has it that there could be the development of a young adult chapter
Okay.
of Second Step Players
Oh, wonderful.
sooner rather than later,
Okay. Wonderful.
just because I don't have enough on my plate.
I was
But
going to say.
it's because I can't stand it. I love it. I look around and see the possibilities and try to make them happen.
And I would think after some of these major issues that's happened out there in our community and outlay, and the DC shooting and brings
Right.
more awareness
Yeah.
and mental health issues, I would
Yep.
think, your work is more and more even more important, if it wasn't already.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
but stuff like that comes out, and there's obviously that young man needed some help.
Obviously, yeah. And I think, who else is doing great work in that area is Glenn Close's organization. Glenn Close and Ron Howard, they're Bring Change to Mind. Have you
Okay.
heard about that one?
No.
Oh, it's wonderful. It's and especially because they're such big names, they're really being able to do this work on a big level. This is just like Music to Life. There's the number 2 in it. Bring Change to Mind.
Okay.
I think it's .org, and they have some wonderful stigma-busting resources.
Okay.
I was very happy to see some, we've been fighting our way, but we're so tiny and we're in Norwich. And
Yeah, but
we
you do
travel
well,
and
though,
tour. We
you
travel
know.
and tour, but
Because you've been around how long again?
20, well, since 1985 was when they started, and then I've been around since 93.
Yeah.
But they've been going full out with the mental health topics since 88.
Wow.
Since 88.
That's a long time, and it's well needed.
Yeah.
And, you know, you do great work, so it doesn't surprise me. But
If we could get our name out there more, maybe we'd put ourselves out of business. I'd love to get rid of the stigma and stereotyping,
Oh, yeah.
and also fix the system that, to me, often looks broken, especially for Middle America. It's very difficult to get help, and you know, there are a lot of people who fall through the cracks. They try to get help and don't know where to turn.
yeah.
There's a lot of education for people who have psychiatric disorders who are on disability.
Okay.
There's not a lot of education for the general public.
So.
There's not, and
No.
and you know,
And I feel the same way. I wish I didn't have to have bully busters. I wish it wasn't
Right.
needed. Same for the
I
same
know,
reason.
right?
You know, I wish we could call it something else. That people were just being kind to one another, and
Right.
that's it.
Well, for now, we call
Yeah.
it Bully Busters, and then we help evolve it over time. And then those people,
Yeah.
they help be the change. I mean, that's
Yeah.
what we're all working on, I think, together. So I'm glad to have you on the team with the younger
Absolutely.
population.
So we got a couple more minutes. You want to mention this event this coming week?
Okay, so this event this coming week is a Lauren Agnelli concert. It's part of Artreach's Songwriting for Social Change. Concert Friday night at the Donald Oak Theater at 7:30. The songwriting workshop is Saturday from 11 to 2. Are you allowed to say prices on?
Yep.
Okay, tickets are $15 to each event. If you buy your concert tickets first and you come to songwriting and you type in package deal when you're checking out, you get $5 off.
Okay.
And today, on the concert tickets, there's a special code. There's a special type of ticket for the first 10 people that says Facebook friends, half price.
Oh.
Just
okay.
so you know,
Just
you
today.
can. Yeah, so far nobody has snatched those tickets.
you
So
just-
there's a limited number that
See
are going
You're
for
getting
half
a deal
price.
today because she's on my show.
That's right.
Yeah.
So yeah, I hope y'all snag those tickets quickly.
Okay.
It's going to be great. I'm very excited about it.
And the Thrill for the World.
And Thrill the World, there are lessons going on. If you go to the website at TTW, which is for Thrill the World, TTW 2013, norwichct.wix.com, Wix.com. You can find all the information. I'm about to post all the rest of the classes. And I'll be teaching thriller dance classes. They're taught in 2-hour blocks of time. You don't have to stay the whole time if you don't want to. You can study at home using the dance videos there's a link right on the website to the dance videos.
And they're telling me I got to wrap up.
Okay.
So thank you,
Here we
Becca,
go.
for coming back on. Please come out and support the Artreach and the great work they're doing, and go out and be a good community friend. Thank you.
Thank you very much for having me.